all waiting in the lobby, and we're going to get off the ship hopefully first to get to the Edfu Temple. And the Edfu Temple is very well preserved, and David just interestingly enough told me that the Eye of Horus originated the RX that is used for prescriptions. And one thing that's kind of interesting about this is that we get to take a horse carriage to the temple. And we get to see the sunrise, so it should be interesting.
Yeah. They're coming here. Carriages are coming here. يلا عامر انت 98 كلها عمران ايوه 119 يا wait for us there 42 مدير 42
Yeah.
Two persons with a gentleman here.
Okay. And Jen. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Typical. How's that? Okay. All right, so Jen and I are on our carriage. I wouldn't say the horse is great, but it's typical. Typical. So. Rounded rump. I just can't. This is cool. Oh, this is going to be fun. Excuse me, looking here. Am I looking in there? Did you try to send your picture when you get back? That video? What? You wanted to take her picture.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah. What's your name?
Amra.
Amra.
Yeah.
Temple, and it's about 10 times bigger than I thought. I was kind of expecting Kamobo.
These walls, if you look at them, they're all hand-built clay with the plain straw or mud straw.
Ah, interesting. All right, so I think we're getting close.
Yeah, thank you.
Number 42. Well, it's about twice as big as I thought it was going to be. Now we're walking into the temple, and you can see all the empty stalls from back when tourism was at its height, and they're all just empty now. So here we all are. We are second group in line, which is our goal. We're hopefully going to get there before everybody else. Okay, we made it. One of the first people in here, and it was rough. People were shoving and pushing. The guides were fighting to get their group in first. So, quite an accomplishment. It's pretty impressive.
How big is the difference between the ground levels?
Right.
So almost till that high, the temple was covered.
Wow. This temple was covered until the 1860s, and it was built between 100 AD, or 100 BC, 200 AD. There's some serious negotiating to get in here first.
It's worth it.
It is. No, totally agree.
On the way out, you understand why we left early.
Oh, I saw last night.
We understand now.
We understand.
I'm glad we didn't get trampled.
Valerie and I were like, they're not getting in front of us.
Then they're probably talking about money, and I was like, uh-oh.
Okay, everyone here?
Yep, we're on.
Yep.
Fabulous. And you can see the Temple of Horus.
Oh, yeah.
Both sides of the gate. In the form of a complete family.
Those are so neat.
And those are totally
Wow.
the way they were.
Yeah. Or depicted like that. Talking in the now.
Right. Come on, everybody.
on the niche at the end of the temple, because that niche is to hold the statue of the parking god Horus.
The floor we're walking on now slowly rises so that we could focus on the altar that had the Horus statue sitting on it, which is now missing.
So this is a sacred boat of Horus. Each end of the boat decorated with the falcon head, as you see.
Oh, yeah.
And the sacred boat is carried on the shoulders of the priests. And you can see on the other side, the king is burning incense to the sacred boat of Horus.
So who tried to destroy the...
Yeah.
Same idea like what happened in Edfu Temple.
Okay.
Same idea.
Okay.
Okay. Part of the ritual is take place on the rooftop of the temple. So, how to get up? That straight one comes down.
Oh.
Straight one leans down. This one.
They all closed?
Well, you can go up.
Oh, you can
We'll
just
do
go
it later.
a little way.
But when you look at the figures here, you see the figures are moving, heading down, because that was the way down.
Oh.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's neat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can see here the tryout of the temple. The king offers the two lands, and you can see the sad look of hair around his ear.
Oh, yeah.
As a
Okay.
symbol of childhood, as I told you.
Okay.
So this is the triad of the temple: Horus Hathor and Horus Matawin. A replica of the sacred boat.
carried by priests, you know, to
The
bring
Roman
Roman here and there.
was taken to the Roman Valley.
Great occasions.
Of the back rooms, because if the boat is here all the time, it would hide. It would hide. The statue. So it used to be brought here in some specific times. Okay? So this is the most sacred part of the temple. This sacred part is surrounded by 10 rooms. They go around. These 10 rooms intended to be stores for the pilgrims and the offering to the temple, and some of them were used as chapels for the worship of some local gods beside the main god Horus. Lots of people are coming, so follow me, please. Sacred crypts. Hidden crypts. They run underneath the temple. Okay? This is one of them. They have white. It goes this way. It goes this way. You see it?
No. No, not really.
What kind of?
Well.
Yeah.
See the crypt here.
We've got baboons, a couple more Horuses, Hathor.
It goes this way. Up there.
Oh, wow.
You can see the
Yeah.
blue and the red. You can see representation of the sky and the stars and the ceiling. So every single figure at the temple used to be painted and colored. But colors were faded by the time. But we still see some of the colors. You can imagine. You cannot imagine how beautiful was this temple when it was intact. I mean the colors, when the colors were intact. The temple, when you talk about Osiris and Set,
Oh, yeah.
Set is the jealous brother
Oh, yeah.
of Osiris. It talks about the story of fight between Horus, the son of
This right here?
this one right here.
Okay.
This is a hippo. It's a hippo. You see Horus is harpooning the hippo
Mini hip.
from the boat.
Okay.
This is symbolic, by the way, because you can see Isis, the mother of Horus, supporting her son Horus, trying to control the hippo by a chain.
Yep.
And look at her head. You can see the crown, the symbol of Isis.
Yeah, the chair.
The chair on her head. She's supporting her son Horus to get him. And the king on the shore also harpooning the hippo. So this is all symbolic, symbolizing that everyone trying to get rid of the evil thing.
Why were
Because
hippos
Set,
evil?
Set representing the hippo. He chose to
Yeah.
This is representing the evil. He depicted the form of a hippo here. Okay, because he tried to disappear from Horus. So he changed his form into a hippo to be in the water. But Horus followed him, didn't leave him. So this is the story. Why he changed his form into a hippo? Because he tried to hide from Horus, tried to disappear from
Here we see the pharaonic symbol of the bee and the plant, which symbolizes the pharaoh. And I look for these in every temple. It's really fascinating. You can just stare at the tiny little hieroglyphs and just look at the details and for hours. They're just so varied and it's pretty cool. I wish I could read something. There's a cute snake.
around bare-breasted back then, did they?
Yeah, I
goddesses.
think so.
This is the art during the time of the Greeks.
Right, okay.
Okay, but wasn't. In coronation of the king again, this is the crown of the south, this is the crown of the north, this is the goddess Nechbet, the goddess of the south before the unification, this is Wadjet, the goddess of the north before the unification of north and south. So this is the coronation, this is known as the coronation of the king.
Gotten a lot busier. We're back. It's busy. So here we're looking at, we're actually learning a little hieroglyphic, and we know that these are numbers. And the little U is a 10, and then the dash is a 1, and then down below that is the number of offerings. We can see above the big door there is the sun with 2 cobras next to it for extra protection. And we also have the vulture, which is carved on every ceiling. So this is Horus that every tourist in the entire place is lining up to get their picture with. Here's a small door into a temple that's actually shorter than I am. Don't worry about the shit. Sit down. You're gonna kill yourself.